That would be, as they say, a bombastic intro. Hello, everybody. I'm Jonathan Nielsen. Yes, this is the Nielsen Ratings. Along with me, of course, the man who is the voice of reason, at least on this show, allegedly, Mr. Erik Watkins.
First of all, if I'm the voice of reason, you know it's already a bad time. And second of all, because we have our first one already of the day,
Why the hell are we on the world's background? Oh, right, because we
yeah,
are. I gotta start off with gimmick infringement on this show.
there we go.
So, the one time I did not give you the topic rundown before the show.
The producer is not responsible for this. It was like that when I came in.
Fair enough. So while the producers
Never
here look
said the
background,
never said the producer was responsible, but okay then.
well, allow me to continue the infringement then. Hurricanes, power supplies, McRib season, risk, and failures in delivery. And music.
The producer is responsible for this gimmick infringement.
It's the start of a month, and you know what that means. Konnichiwa, bitches.
Hey, at least they didn't infringe on that gimmick.
I mean, you're not entirely wrong with that one.
So,
Look. If we're going to infringe the gimmick, it must be infringed upon properly and done correctly.
all right, now it's been infringed, they can get the hell out of here.
Yeah. There's
Hey,
a thing to it.
I treated you to dinner, buddy.
It was my birthday. Are you really going to try to hold that against me?
It was a very expensive.
Well,
birthday
luckily
dinner.
enough, if you give me about 24 to 48 hours, and I'll have a special birthday present in mind.
Why do I have a feeling I should be worried?
Because
I see
you
that look
shouldn't
on your
be.
face. I have a
I've-
feeling I should
hey,
be worried.
I have known this
Why
motherfucker
would-
more than I've known this, longer than I've known this motherfucker. And I've known both these motherfuckers way too long.
I mean, you ain't
Why
lying.
why would you be worried? What?
The look on your face. But like I said, he ain't lying.
They do be
Okay,
facts, though.
Thank you.
you'll
Fine.
just wait and see.
There we go. All right. So, yo, Doug, I heard you like hurricanes hitting the state of Florida. So we got a hurricane about to hit the state of Florida again.
You know, it's November. Veterans Day is in a couple of days. Thanksgiving is in a couple of weeks.
Oh, hey.
And we're about to start a Winter World Cup. Why are we dealing with this?
The Waffle House is actually open right now. Thank you. The Waffle House is perfectly fine. It is functional. They have not closed yet.
The producer's job is to sit here and troll, so get on with it.
Right. So, thankfully, nowhere near as intense as the last storm that came through. Again, we will probably not lose power.
Yeah, the wind's been picking up steadily outside all day. You may or may not be able to hear it in the background.
Yeah, it's been pretty breezy here. Not like gusty or blustery, but it's been nice and breezy and misty most of the day here.
Chilly, windy, misty / rainy.
Very Seattle type weather.
Pretty much.
So, have those bridges been shut down yet up in your neck of the woods?
No bridges.
Because I heard
shut
from a buddy.
down.
I've heard from a buddy. One of them was a pretty gnarly ride.
Well, the Dames Point is always a pretty gnarly ride if you've ever driven it around these parts because of how it is. But the no bridge shutdowns yet. Surrounding counties are preparing more for storm surge. flooding in low-lying areas, as this is going to be a rainmaker. But aside from that, specifically here, it's mostly as normal.
Yeah, if the authorities say to evacuate, evacuate, damn it.
Evacuate, get your sandbags, take your stuff, and go. Because believe me, if they're saying to evacuate, they know. Ain't nobody sticking around to save you if you don't.
Yep. So, speaking of hurricanes and power supplies.
Yeah. So, went to bed yesterday. Everything was completely fine. I'm thinking, all right, all set up for when I tutor and stuff today. I wake up, I come in, my computer is out of sleep mode. That raised a bit of a question, so I try to turn on my monitor. And I keep trying to turn on my monitor. And I keep trying to turn on my monitor. Nothing happens. I don't even see the light to where it's like pulsating a bit, showing it's in sleep mode too.
So you couldn't monitor the situation appropriately. Yeah.
I'm going to defer to the producer on this.
Come on! Come on! Okay, maybe I was pushing my luck with that pun. Continue.
So the producer would also like it noted that for whatever reason, the monkey does not exist in the Nielsen ratings, and the producer does not have the monkey.
Monkeyless. I am shooketh.
So now I'm going to have to
shooketh on air while we're talking about the weather.
We're not talking about the weather.
So now I have to go ahead and upload the monkey, which thankfully I can. But I go ahead, I check out all of the cords, and I'm thinking, all right, the power cords and stuff still work. I have my backup monitor to where I can cast to my big screen TV. But because of now Hurricane Nicole, my power supply, which would under a normal situation get here tomorrow, probably isn't going to be here until Sunday. So I'm in a bit of a pinch until then.
Well, better than my situation. I have as you can see, I've got some stuff all over the place here because I'm in the middle of packing for one of my LARP events up in Georgia. Plus, of course, he wears the old rock, paper, scissors shirt. But it's not that kind. This is one of the outdoors camping site, out in the woods kind of things, where I go completely off the fucking grid and escape the world for a weekend. Because goodness knows I need it.
Expected.
But I get to chase this storm out of town.
Is my computer going to try to do this?
You're still coming through just fine here.
Yeah, but it interrupts because I have to go ahead and get the monkey, so the interruptions are on my end.
And we'll worry about the monkey after the show. No need the monkey that bad.
Well, why worry about it afterwards when I forget, because I'm going to be doing other stuff. Plus, I got to go to bed early because it's an early day tomorrow, and I also have to do research for another podcast because on the Broaders Watkins Sports Report,
Sports in Black and White,
we're going to be covering mid-season awards and a college basketball preview.
Oh, speaking of sports news, I am going to try to stump the squid tonight.
Uh-oh.
Which NFL team has the best point differential in the fourth quarter this season at plus 58?
The Jets?
You damn right, motherfucker.
Combination of their comeback wins and taking into account who's asking the question.
Fair. You hear that, Broadhurst? Anywho. So, yeah. I get to chase this thing up leaving Thursday night, 10 p.m.
Yeah, you
This thing
have
move
fun
fast.
with that because it'll be right crossing kind of in the middle of the Florida-Georgia state line.
So here's the
Swinging
great debate I
outward.
have. Because it's my destination's about an hour and a half east of Atlanta, off of I-20.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I've got two choices in how to make it to Macon.
Mm-hmm.
I can swamp road it, Lake Panasoffkee, and 75 it up, and catch the north end of I-16 there for my back road leg.
Okay.
Or take the route the producer would never want me to take again, or never would want to sit in the car for her again. I-495 through your neck of the woods. Maybe pick up a delicious sandwich on the way. And drive the dreaded I-16. I told you I wasn't going to like the dreaded I-16.
I mean,
but if it avoids the storm better,
it does.
Uh-oh. He's got a final thought. He embodied for this final thought.
I hope to God I never have to take that route ever again. That route was horrible. That road is poorly maintained, and I know my viewer is cracking up. Yes, you were hearing that correct, you sub bitch. And take care of yourselves and each other.
Get this gimmick out of here. Stay classy, and remember to always have your producer spayed and neutered.
He doesn't know at all, does he?
No, he doesn't.
Am I on the outside of an inside joke, or is that a Jerry Springer reference that I just caught?
He finally gets it!
I knew it. I didn't know it. I just didn't have to say it.
Yes, we now have the classic Jerry Springer music to go along with the MDVD's final thought.
We're upping the production quality around here on the Not a Network. I appreciate it.
And as I said before, take care of yourselves and each other.
Yeah, I do not encourage driving through hurricanes and tropical storms and all that stuff. Had to chase one out of town for Dragon Con one year.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. If you're avoiding the worst of the storm better, that cursed route might actually be your best bet. Especially since you're leaving, tomorrow.
Yeah. After the bulk of this thing is gone. So, from hurricane season.
Oh, so now you're bringing back that counter.
To another kind of season. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, if you go to the McDonald's, you will find McRib season has begun. And we are in clear disagreement here. Oh, the producer's on my side for once. So here's the spin.
How dare you?
I do two things with my McRibs, though. I custom order them. First, extra onions. Because I'm sorry, those rib patties, they need something. And second, this is what I used to do. I don't do it anymore. But I used to tell them light barbecue sauce. But I'd get one of those Chipotle barbecue sauce packets and add that on. Just to give it a bit more zest.
See, even when you do that, you are better going off to the home of the real rib sandwich this time of year.
Excuse
me? You better be thinking Arby's.
Arby's roast beef sandwich is delicious, and they do have
No. Not just roast beef.
No,
The Arby's
Arby's has come out with a McRib competitor recently. I have not
The,
tried it
Ar-
yet, but
Wait,
the
wait, wait, wait,
Arby's
wait.
country rib sandwich.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Are you, motherfucker, assigning me homework?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. I
Well,
am you, some of the
damn.
bitch.
Damn. Yeah. All right. All right. I'll take it.
Go to Arby's, get the country rib. It will have enough onions, crispy onions at that, to go ahead and suffice.
Okay.
And it will have the right amount of sauce if you still want to add your chipotle barbecue.
see, I've always done the McRib. I tell them extra sauce and extra pickles. But for some reason, it's something about McDonald's pickles. I really like McDonald's pickles.
They got a good brine.
I don't know. I am
But
not
Tim makes the
too-
best
too-
pickles, though. Tim makes the best.
Yeah, I'm not too big of a fan of McDonald's pickles. I mean, whenever I order a double cheeseburger, I get them without. And if I want pickles, I've got some perfect hamburger chip pickles in my refrigerator that I just add on.
Yeah. I'm a bread and butter person when it comes to pickles, just in general.
I've shied away from the bread and butter over the years. I'm not a huge fan of them anymore.
Bread and butter, or also give me a good dill, and boy, will I snack on.
Oh yeah, they'll give me a good, like, sharp, crisp dill pickle. Like one
Give
that's
this
got
New
meat
York
in it.
a kosher dill pickle. He's happy as a clam. You hear me? Sorry, I had to talk with the hand there for a moment. Did a regression moment there. Forgive me.
I'm surprised that you didn't have the other clip for this sort of a moment.
Which one?
The special interruption clip from POV.
We need a standard loaded package that works for all shows.
We were working on that, and that we've realized that we don't like having to flip brands in the middle of a show because every show's got different colors. So the only thing that the general branding gets used for is technical difficulties.
Maybe not have any of those anymore. But all right.
I mean, we do have, for whatever reason,
I got my monkey.
we do have a monkey.
That
Dramatic doggo.
Talking about the rib sandwiches.
And we have a dramatic doggo loaded into the generic.
They
thing,
are
but
they can go to. But all right. Speaking of homework, did you have my shake yet?
No, with everything else going on, I have not had a chance to have your shake yet.
All
Not
right.
to
I'll
mention,
get
Whataburger is somewhat difficult for me to get to.
a lot more difficult for me to get to, buddy.
Fair.
All right. I'll give you extension on your homework. How about that? I'm forgiving in that regard. But,
By the way, speaking of homework, has a
Uh-oh.
certain someone gone and made that Publix trip yet?
that's tomorrow.
I get to work remote tomorrow because of the storm.
Somebody. Oh, right. I'm
And
not
between
on
the two classes, that trip will be made.
somebody promised me a Publix trip tomorrow. So, what the hell am I supposed to be picking up at Publix again? Besides the key lime pie for my birthday.
The custard, the drinkable custard.
Oh, yeah.
Next to the eggnog.
Well, I'll look for it.
Drinkable cup. That sounds dangerous.
Yeah, we were talking about eggnog yesterday because my drink of choice to get me through the shitstorm that was yesterday was eggnog and Di Serono.
Man, I'm telling you, I had
a very good combination, actually.
I had something that was recently legalized in a couple of states recreationally. Congratulations, Maryland. 5 milligrams, and boy, well, Go back and look at the archives at Point of Viewer, and with the After Effects, I still slept until 3 in the afternoon.
All right. This is not something we normally do on this show. I'm going to pull an audible. We're going to add a topic to the list spontaneously.
Hold on, we got something for this. As soon as it finishes doing the thing.
But wait, there's more.
Yes, we have more to the show. And if you want to pay 3 easy installments of 24, three easy installments, $24.99. Yes, not
Ronco gimmick infringement is the exclusive right of the CEO of the company and shall not be infringed. Now, if you want to pay 3 easy payments of $33.33, I don't know where he was going with it, but
no, it's not $33.33. Not even $33. Not even $32, $31. Not even 30, you hear me? Not even 29. Not even 5.
Do not underestimate the producer's capability to silence you if you continue on this course of unauthorized Ronco gimmick infringement.
Do you want to still have a network show that is YouTube safe?
I'm pretty sure we already passed that bridge when somebody mentioned recreational marijuana usage. So,
look, I didn't mention
Obey
it by
all local
name.
laws and such.
I didn't mention it by name. You were the one that actually said those words.
You said Maryland and the fact that it was on the ballot in 5 states. How hard is it?
Much like if you're going to make wagers upon things like elections, and I'm sure a certain website had all the lines and such on that, you could always go to bovada.lv, hashtag BetaBovada, 21 beats 21. God damn it, wager responsibly. If you need help, there's a phone number. Gimmick infringed.
But wait, there's more.
Oh,
if you call right now, we'll throw in even more unauthorized Ronco gimmick infringement, and it can all be yours for 3 easy payments of $3.33. Because your show is cheap.
Hey, I'm only here once a month, people. Anyways, Stone Cold rating of the century of the week, which I'm going to change what the topic was because of what just happened here. Best gimmick thus far that was infringed. I would have to vote a perfect 100 for my Ronco infringement. I may be biased. I admittedly am biased. Eric, what was the best gimmick infringement of the night so far?
See, the problem with the Ronco, it has to come naturally, and you over-forced the hell out of it.
Not to mention,
gimmick infringement. We're not going to give you gimmick infringement. You're not going to expect to pay $200 for gimmick infringement. Not $190, not $180, not even $170. I'm not going to make you pay $160 or even $150 for this Ronco gimmick infringement. Not $140, not $130, definitely not even $125 for this gimmick infringement. Not $110. I'm going to give it to you for 3 easy gimmick infringement free payments of $33.33. And that is how you gimmick infringe the Ronco, sir.
Mute this man. See, I would have done it had I not been muted every single word.
Not to mention the fact that you were trying to do it for $24.99. When has Ron Popeil sold anything for anything in payments of $24.99?
That's always been. It's always 30. It always ends in 33 cents. Always.
As you said, this is a cheaper show.
He isn't. He has taken my insult, absorbed it, and is now running with it.
We're only on
Well,
once
I
a month.
mean,
The audacity of this man.
when you have someone who's working with the resources of the $1.99 beauty pageant, you'd expect nothing less.
Go ahead.
$1.99 beauty pageant, or like
you earned it. You earned it. Take it. Take it.
First of all, see, I was thinking more El Gran Oportunidad without all of the crazy Sábado or without all the crazy Don Francisco hats. And a bunch of
Pero no tenemos el chacal de la trompeta.
¿Dónde está el botón de SAP?
Nosotros no tenemos un chacal aquí. Nosotros tenemos el budget chacal, que es mí.
¿Dónde está el botón de SAP?
No tenemos un botón de SAP for this some bitch.
Usted está aspirando a Univisión y el programa Sábado Gigante con su presentador, el gran jefe Don Francisco. Ahora nosotros regresamos al Gran Oportunidad.
Eric, have you ever played the game of Risk?
Solamente una vez.
Yeah,
There comes certain times in a game of Risk when you've got that weak army that's still on the board, just causing a nuisance for everybody, and you're just like waiting for somebody to just come through and just end the game so you can leave and get away from the table. But no, you're stuck there. Exactly how I'm feeling right now. By the way, Risk Global Domination, highly recommend. Free game on Steam. Go play it. The community is great. I fell in love with it the past month.
Oh, so you're telling me that you finally know what it's like to lose control of your own show. Like neither of us have experienced that before.
Y nada más.
I only get one a month, so it stings a bit more with that.
Esperanza. La esperanza que alumbra el camino.
And the last topic, failures in delivery.
Failures in delivery?
Yeah.
Why am I being looked at?
I didn't do this to you. You did this to you. This is the part of the show that you said you didn't care about tonight, so shoot.
Is this the part of the show where you're going to talk about Colonel Failure for the rest of the night?
Yeah, because you heard a bombastic intro. And when there's a bombastic intro on this show, you know there's an alternate commentary. Just some Colonel Failure. Electrosport's coming. Isn't that right, sir?
Oh, boy, was this one a doozy. You know...
In that case, would you like to cue me up one more time? Una vez más, por favor.
No.
Solamente una vez.
Mute this man!
Fuera!
Holy shit, it worked.
To his credit, he said cue him up.
Yeah. Speaking of queuing things up.
But wait, there's more.
Game 42 of the Electrosports Super Mega Baseball League.
Right.
Colonel's not in a good spot at this point coming into the game. I think he's the bottom feeder of his of his division, if I'm not mistaken.
No, you are not mistaken. Yeah, at the bottom, 500 or thereabouts.
Yeah. Fair warning, folks. We're going to have our first Nielsen ratings that goes over 1 hour.
Yeah, because this.
And if you have any hate mail to send about that, you can send that to HEB the Eagle on Twitter.
Or you can also send it to hevtheeagle@yahoo.com. And yes, we do have a banner for this. Oh.
To be fair, I don't remember his email address usually.
Well, he's HEB
By the way,
Eagle everywhere.
By the way, speaking of sports stuff, sir, excellent call on the week in sports.
We'll
call that a draw. we have
Yeah.
we have a weekly pick'em series, and the two of us split the week by having the exact same points and record.
Even though there were some sort of extenuating circumstances, and I'm saying this here specifically because I know who is back in the background.
Just to get the clip pulled up. So how are we crediting that? Is that like a half a win each for us?
Correct. If you go down and see the weeks 1 section, we both have half a week.
Man, I feel like the third player whammied out and we both won with $0.
I mean,
yeah, I like that.
If you looked into the lead up to how everything that happened, and then everything over the past 36 hours, you're not entirely wrong.
Yeah, look at that title. Destroying Pitchers.
Boy, was this not apt.
By the way, if you screw up a gimmick infringement or just a gimmick in general, Erik now has a whammy horn that he has full permission to use egregiously against you.
Okay, there's my first 2 picks for next week. All right.
The keck will flow.
All right. So let's see how we got. First, we're going to have to mute the video, of course, because we're providing the commentary here. All right, let's roll the beautiful tape and see who we got in the lineup this week. And hold it there so we can get the lineup. Bubbly merchandise on the mound. Interesting. Very interesting.
I mean, if for any kind of point for this spot to have her up in the rotation, this really isn't the worst.
Can we full screen this video and park us off on the side? Is that going to work on display? Since the producer's trying to do some producing.
Well, yeah, the producer's trying to do some producing, and there.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, we usually don't need the stuff in the bottom here because all the stats appear on the top. Gunslinger, counter. Oh, perfect. That's great. So Zoltan's in a good mood, as well as the Captain Ulysses Failure. Gotta watch out for that Buffon. The shortstop's a little under the weather for Peninsular Transport.
Yeah, this normally, especially for a division rival, this could work. Feasibly, this could work. You would just have to watch for the lack of no doubles defense by the outfield. Well, aside from Zoltan.
All right, let's start the game. Looks like Peninsular Transport's the home crowd. Yep, so BDP up first was Cindy Vapid.
I mean,
3.81 ERA for Gunslinger.
not terrible. Not terrible, especially at this late in the season.
Got a 328 for Cindy Vapid here. 9 home runs on the season. First pitch, bit inside.
Now, this is really what she does. She goes ahead and she's been working the count a lot more lately, drawing a lot of walks. Except for that one.
A little blip up, just a little left field, and easily handled by the pitcher. Lynn Mephisto, 319, 3 home runs, 20 RBIs. Up second. Bit high.
Yeah, Gunslinger really struggling to find the zone early on.
Almost got hit by a pitch there.
Yeah, you don't see too many brush offs. Oh, that would have been a perfect one to swing at.
Whoa, that is a perfect one to swing at. Back. It's out of here.
All right.
For BDP.
A good way to start things off. Only Mephisto's 4th of the season, and that went a good little ways.
421 feet. And here's the A-rated Zoltan. 10 home runs of the season. Getting a 407.
Yeah, still keeping that above 400 average for BDP this year.
Shout outs to Orlando and the 407.
Going in. Oh.
Back.
High and a little bit in on that one.
And a little inside.
Curious about the decision to swing.
Rips one foul. Still a full count. Strolling to
Slinger gives up a walk.
Comes Steve Morey, fan of the Pies, batting a 408. 6 home runs.
Well, I mean, former fan of the Pies. You've seen how svelte he's been this season.
Yeah, I need to find out what his weight loss regimen was because I could use it.
And we're going a little bit inside. Again, up in the zone, but it's too high to swing at that one.
And rips that one foul.
On an even higher pitch.
Down a bit low, full count.
Dribbler.
Center dribbler. The dreaded double play.
Now, one of Seymour's specialties, but they do get the run on the board. Early leads help. Well,
and I think the pitcher may have gotten a mood bonus from that. We'll see when it comes to the second inning. Pitching to the mighty Buffon. Who's locked in.
All right, getting first pitch foul.
Second a bit inside.
Going for the two-seamer. Two-seamer went low on that one.
Yeah, Bubbly is a master of all things fastball. Got the cut, the 4-seam end, the 2 years, the 4. Popped up high, going to Zoltan.
Calling for it. Catches it. First out.
Mandy Stalin, little bit under the weather. 261, 2 home runs on the season.
Swings right through that one. Well, as you said, Merchandise, mistress of all things fastball, giving at least the top of the order a steady diet of them.
Cut, the 4, the 2. And then the dreaded curve. And not so dreaded, it was hit foul.
Swung a little too low, but now the change up.
Handled easily at shortstop by Jemima Hurts. Goes to first. Disco handles it nicely. Out, number 2. Here's Pancho Ramirez. 213, 6 home runs on the season.
Definitely more of a power hitter, so keeping things low and that typical ground ball style bound to make a little something happen.
For those who followed the Bulldozer Power team, basically the exact opposite of a certain crampons. Has no power, but when he connects it, when it connects. Oh, speed of big guys. Here's Ulysses' failure. 335,
And in the inning
9
with a
home runs.
strikeout, he BDP with the momentum here, going into the top of the second.
2 strikes in a row. Blips went out to
Another dribbler with Stalin. Zoltan beats it
failure's
out.
fast.
So now Jemima Hurts. Good
24,
play.
10 home runs.
Good play
Edge out.
defensively. See what she does.
She sends it right back to center field, caught by Ramirez.
But again, good pitch, just didn't quite get underneath of that.
Here's Capsicum Disco. No homers, but a 389. Trying to pick off the Colonel, trying to steal a base. Ain't that cute?
Well, that's because Bulldozer Power is not usually a speed team when it comes to actually stealing.
Oh,
Because that happens instead.
Nicely in that left field, center field gap. Clown Card gets the throw to home. Too late. BDP up 2-0.
Again, using that speed, scoring from first on a double, key in these situations, especially when you have
Bernadette mistakes going back. And the Knights who say knee are going to have to find that because it's in the shrubbery.
439, her 8th home run of the season.
And 27th RBI. Here's Bubbly at bat. Batting at 286, no homers, 3 RBIs. Not bad for a pitcher.
Not bad whatsoever. Especially with her arm and what she's doing in this one. No, she didn't.
No.
That baby's gonna go.
Bubbly with a homer.
Oh, this is not good for Peninsular Transport.
Oh, Bubbly's going to be selling the merch tonight. Shades of the babe there.
Nomad Gunslinger obviously rattled after that one. You thought he was going to have some trouble finding the strike zone there. And Vapid down to the third base side, but a very long single.
And a mood boost as well for that batter as we move on to Mephisto. Oh, that was top row. That was Cindy Vapid. She needed the boost. Still only 1 out, and this is the second inning.
1 out, already 4 runs. Can BDP do even more damage? A 3-1. It should be a green light count. Just inside for strike 2.
BDP don't steal. I said BDP don't steal. As I said, BDP does not steal.
And after all that, she ended up at second anyway.
That's why they don't steal. They hit the walk. They get the base anyway. Zoltan still locked in. Bosh!
And
off of the wall.
Top of the wall.
+1 to the RBI count.
Now 6-0 runners at the corners for Steve Morey.
Oh no, he got a double play last time.
Yeah, well, he's a fan of grounding into double plays. This time, luckily, less likely to do so.
Especially with a pitcher in a way worse condition than the first time they faced. 3 balls, 1 strike.
And bases are loaded.
for you.
All right, failure.
Oh, Tandy
And
Appleseed
we
coming
finally
in.
have a pitching change.
So this pitcher is
Tandy-
trading out to set the two-seam fastball for a changeup.
Tandy Appleseed, a bit of a rubber arm, and with the sidearm delivery. Gonna make this a bit harder to read.
Yeah, the Colonel does not like the sidearms. He prefers the cricket pitchers. But that is
high
still
in the
a sticky
zone.
wicket. It's out of here. Grand slam. Tack 4 more years. Onto the time frame that I'll be watching the Colonel. As the captain is now on fire.
10-0. Boy, has this gotten ugly. And you don't have to worry about any announcers walking to Pittsburgh after this one. Oh, an unfortunate strikeout, high and inside.
But here's Capsicum Disco. Get a double first at bat.
Yeah, let's see what she can do. Oh, good stop by on discharge.
Yep. So, 9 runs in that second inning. Bringing up Shep Rotten here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, 9 runs in Peninsula screaming, Ach du Lieber.
This batter has contact bonus versus right-hand pitchers, and he's an RBI man. If there was anybody to run batted in. Zoltan handles the pop.
Zoltan is like, nope, I got this one. All good. Now Jackson Clown Car. Okay.
Left fielder batting at 214, 2 homers. Bit of a power hit.
Going with the early curve here for strike 1. And mistakes. No mistake with that. Good throw to first.
So how would you do the numbers with that third baseman throws to first?
That's a put out 5-3.
Jemima Hurst just catches that one out of thin air. There's the side retire. Speaking of Bernadette mistakes, she's up at bat.
Well, again, you make key defensive plays to end the inning. Odds are you're going to lead off the next inning.
Or you are about to be up when the side got retired last time. You'd be first up at bat. Unless you get one of those dreaded double substitutions.
Or, when you're already up at bat and you get a runner picked off or thrown out on base, you're right back up at bat.
True. But Bernadette throws one out right out to center field, easily caught. Bubbles is back looking for another homer. She's locked in.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of these BDP players get to locked in after these first couple of innings. Bounce off the ground. A 1-3 put out. Pitcher to first.
Cindy Vapid back up.
And now Appleseed throwing low to Cindy Vapid and high and outside.
Cindy's patient, though.
And yet another 3-1 count. Peninsular Transport pitchers today. Yeah, have not been able to consistently find the zone. Mephisto's up. Can she continue to make Transport pay?
2 balls to start
already.
With. Make that 3.
3-0. Yet another green light count.
Oh,
that would have been perfect.
Oh, beautiful pitch right to Jones at first to end the side. Not to be confused with his ominous brother. It's Steady Bob. Do up there.
you kind of wonder, with Steady Bob seeing
How
his
steady he
brother
is.
ominous, and good thing that he unlikely to show up in today to pitch for BDP.
I wonder if in the off season, whoever manages the draft for Peninsula Transport, if they actually are going to pick up Ominous Bob, so the Bobs are on the same team.
You never
Right,
know.
Pop,
It's
you're right.
doable.
Back. Bob is absolutely steady knocking that homer.
God, all the way right to right field, third of the season. Peninsular Transport on the board.
They punched their ticket with that pitch, and Casey Jones up at bat now, facing the mistress of the fastball. There's no
Great aim indeed on that one. Oh,
got away that
nearly hit Casey Jones with that one. Casey
the
Jones
curveball
gets back.
hit but caught. Oh, pitcher at bat who's done zero. Like literal zero. Zero average, zero homers, zero RBI.
Well, that's what happens when you don't get a hit the entire season, and you're not going to, swinging at pitches like that. 0-2 count already.
And there is a K. Be a strikeout for those of you who don't know the abbreviations. And our pitcher is once again locked in.
Yeah, well, that's what'll happen when you strike out a batter on 3 straight pitches. Going inside, up the middle.
Almost caught that herself, but instead Zoltan handles it after runner advances to first.
So now runner on first for Mandy Stalin coming up. Oh, two-seamer just drifted inside. Good speed on that one.
Treaded curve. Gets the job done for second strike. It looks like a four-seam. Just a little low.
Another four-seam. Nope. Going back to the changeup.
And that is a displeased batter. 10-1.
Well, Bubbly was like, we're rushing through and no time for stalling on this one as we go to the top of the fourth.
Zoltan's up. He's still locked in. Rips from the discharge. Can't make it in time.
Narrowly beats Zoltan out with that throw.
Big Steve on a 405 average now.
Goes ahead, just inside.
Oh, beautiful. Oh. Back. We demand another shrubbery.
Man.
429 feet.
There, you might want to go through and grab yourself some souvenirs after the game, hunting through that shrubbery. Now failure up, the 10-run lead restored.
Pitcher's a little scared to throw it to him, I think. Oh! Struck out. Failure. Not happy with that.
Just caught the edge of the strike zone. Very well painted by Appleseed, but some damage already done this inning.
Jemima knocks one
right
into that left center field hold again. Considers the double, says no thanks.
Didn't want to test Ramirez's arm. Good choice. Especially with Capsicum Disco now up to bat. 2 down, top 4.
As Appleseed starts to feel a little bit tense. Doesn't seem to affect his performance, though.
Well, as you say that, low and away, ball 2.
2-2 now. And once
Line.
again in the hole.
Dropped in just about the same
Oh,
spot.
going for it from third. RBI.
Again, scoring on that one, very aggressive on another long single, and we're going to have another pitching change. Another runner, rubber arm, Hank Vengeance.
Getting rid of the changeup for the cut fastball. Peninsular Transport are rotation aces, so not surprised they're burning through the bullpen real fast.
Yeah, but at this point, when you're already are down 11, giving up another base hit, and you're not even in the fifth, you kind of wonder how strong this bullpen is going to be.
Bubbly's still locked in. You know, it seems like Hank Vengeance is the answer to Jeff Conservative, southpaw pitchers and all.
True, but the fact is the accuracy is a little bit issue. He's always been a bit more liberal with his pitches, except with Bubbly on that one. Got her out at first. Now we head to the bottom of the fourth.
Punch you up at bat. Bubbly getting the upper 30s on that pitch count. Does seem to phase her a bit. She could be here all day.
Yeah, well, you tend to pitch loose and pitch a bit more when you got a double-digit lead on your side. Some of the best run support we've seen for a pitcher on a BDP team.
Mm-hmm.
And that's saying something.
Here's the two-seamer. Ripped foul. Oh, suckered by the curve.
Gets the corner painted beautifully for the strikeout. Now Shep Rotten's wondering what he can do.
That contact bonus versus the righties.
Oh, check
Didn't
the
like that
swing. Inside corner, though.
Beggar can't be a chooser on this pitch. Whiff for the strikeout.
Chose to swing on that one. Didn't work. Back-to-back strikeouts. Now can Bubbly strike out the side?
Oh, there's one strike.
Already 0-1.
Hinge into the four seam.
Oh, drift stop.
A little high. Call on the second.
Another whiff with that one in a 1-2 count.
Read the changeup, put this one into that same hole.
That part of the park getting a lot of action here in the first half of the game.
Gets a double off that to bring up Jermaine arc discharge. Starting with the curve, goes foul. Cut fastball over the heads of the entire outfielders.
Failure gets to it, limits to a double. Damage done, though, as it's now 12-2.
And our pitcher's mood returned to normal.
Steady Bob trying to have a repeat performance.
The Knights demand yet another shrubbery.
434 feet. And it's 12-4.
This steady Bob is starting to look a bit ominous for a BDP here.
Oh, you're not wrong.
And you put enough.
Can't even say keep
enough balls in that
base,
part of the that part of the stadium rather. I'm gonna have to start bobbing for apples in there. Bobbing for baseballs. Oh, right. Third out. There we go. Side retired. Thank goodness.
Cindy Vapid, 1 for 2 with the walk. Leading off the fifth after that one. Right down the middle, little low. Now outside to even up the count.
Gotta say here, Hank
And
is really
vengeance again.
getting some vengeance for his previous pitchers' performances. Easily caught by
Ramirez,
Mary.
though, with the catch. A little bit high, a little bit too much underneath of it. Well, we'll see what
Brings up
Mephisto
Mephisto.
can do here.
Vengeance a little all over the place here.
Again, low accuracy, getting lower.
Back, out. Rotten handling that one nicely. Bringing up the locked-in Zoltan.
Still locked in after somewhat of a middling day. Single walk, RBI.
He's done a little bit of everything.
Already now behind in the count 1-2. But
There
another
goes one up.
dribbler works.
Makes it to first, bringing up former pie aficionado Steve Morey.
No worry about a double play, but it's also 2 outs. So let's see if he can either keep the inning going.
Oh, that would have been the
Would have
pitch.
been a good pitch to swing at.
3-1 count. Takes it to full.
Payoff pitch. Doesn't get
Almost
everyone out.
catchable by the pitcher. Nice little dribbler out center field. We got 2 runners on bases. And oh, look, it's a locked-in Ulysses failure.
Runners on first and second, and that runner in scoring position. We've seen a lot of that from BDP today.
Times a runner on first can be in scoring position. 3 balls. And there comes the first strike.
Oh, just high, and the
Hank loads them up
loaded
instead.
again.
Here's Jemima Hurts.
1 for 3 on the day with a single. Can she cash this one in?
Or is Hank going to walk in a run?
Oh, 3-1 count.
Full.
Oh, just caught the edge. 3-2.
Dribbles that one right down the center and dribbles it for the machine to be set into motion. Kevskin Disco now coming up with the same loaded bases.
Found that one down the middle. Oh, a quick 0-2 vengeance.
Flips
And it's
it
a
up,
dribbler.
and that's that. Machine runs for
They get
one run and then pulls into the station.
So 13-4, still a 9-run lead going into the bottom of the 5th. Hank Vengeance up to bat.
Stats
Also
all
yet to
0-0.
record a hit this season.
Oh, what is this?
And just as I
Vengeance
said
hit that gets stuck in the seam between the wall and the track. God, I hate it when that happens.
now he's on second for Mighty Buffon. Hurts
Jemima
cleans
Hurts.
up. No,
Almost could have
No
thrown him out, getting back to second. The pitcher is that slow.
yeah, but you decide sometimes you get the easy out, especially with a 9-run lead. It won't hurt as much.
But giving a double to a pitcher, that definitely is hurt Bubbly Merchandise, who is now tense, as is Mandy Stullen up at bat.
Yeah, but at this one, even with the high pitch count, as she's approaching 60, gets the strikeout to help.
I might bring her back to a neutral mindset. Yes, it does. Here's Pancho.
She's right back to dealing, and Disco gets that one at first to retire the side. No damage done. We head to the 6th.
Both teams are 2 hits more than runs. Bird Stakes is locked in. She's a steal.
Homer, single, 2 RBI.
Pretty good day. You know, it's really this back half of the batting order that has really been lighting things up today.
Yeah, now, speaking of lighting things up.
Back. It's gone. Boarding pass has been scanned, boarded, and airborne.
Have yourself a day, Bernadette Mistakes. Now up to 9 home runs on the season.
And Bubbles looking for maybe a second home run on the season. First pitch outside, second inside. Third just right.
Straight down the middle, but not enough on it. Just early ripped that one foul.
As that one.
Another one foul.
Free ride.
Bring up Cindy Vapid. 1 for 3. And we have another pitching change. A strict reliever. Linda doesn't care. Well, you figure she's not going to be caring too much about the result coming in down 10 runs.
And she doesn't care much about variety of pitches because she's only got 2, like a certain flight risk. That ball, by the way, also a flight risk because it's out of here.
And, ladies and gentlemen, Cindy's back. Finally getting her 10th home run of the season.
Now in 393 feet. Just over the short right field wall.
Oh, just almost square down the middle.
Forcing fastball or changeup. What's it going to be?
Oh, early on that one. A very rare whiff. Not early.
But on time for that one. Did not miss the train out of the station because that one is also out of here. That's Lynn's 5th, 398 feet.
You got a feel for Zoltan on this one. Yeah, great day. 2
he hasn't contributed squat.
And now 2 for 4.
And that's the first out of the inning. Just put that in perspective. We might go through the whole rotation here in an inning, folks.
Convenient timing, especially for Steve Morey, because, well, no matter what he does, he can't get everybody out. But he does that anyway, straight to arc discharge.
It is failure. Homer, single, walk.
4 RBI on a 2 for 3 day.
I mean, those four RBIs were off a grand slam. I mean, 1-2 pitch.
Oh,
swings it trash, but keeps it foul. And little dribbler up.
You know what? Yeah, that was a mistake. My bad. There's one to swing at. Back on first.
Jemima Hurts had a pretty good day.
Now, with Linda, will she not care that Hurts is much better with the outside pitch?
Nope, because arc discharge throws out first. And that side retired.
Shep Rotten 0 for 2 with a strikeout to lead off the bottom of the 6th. And that's not a misprint in the score. Yes, Bulldozer Power are up by 13.
Well, good for you, Shep. You made it on base. Jackson Clown Car 1 for 2 on the day. Facing down a fastball knock foul. If you want fastballs, but wait, there's more.
And the dribbler down the ground towards left field. Another base hit. They're chipping away. Now runners at first and second for arc discharge.
Didn't fall for the curve. Checks the cut fastball.
Nearly swung at that cut fastball.
Pops that cut fastball up. So, what's this infield fly garbage?
So, with the infield fly rule, if
Pause
there
if
are
you
less
need
than
to.
two... Okay, that I absolutely will. All right. To briefly
I
explain
never understood
the
this.
infield... So, to briefly explain, when there are fewer than 2 outs in an inning and first base is already occupied, that is when the infield fly rule comes into effect. Normally, a fly ball has to cross the infield track, go into the outfield to be caught for an out. If it's caught in the infield, you would still have to throw to first base to complete the out. With the infield fly rule in effect, that is not necessary. You go ahead, you catch it, even in the infield, it's automatically out. No throw to base needed.
Okay. The more you know.
So now back to the action and another quick
Oh.
strike one.
But it's steady Bob.
Yeah, they're paying attention, throwing Bob inside.
Oh, hey,
and
another
again,
infield fly.
with that runner on first, 2 straight infield flies, really bailing out BDP. Another foul ball.
Whiff for strike 2.
And again, Bubbly pitching inside, along the ground to Disco, runs to first, side retired. And now we go to the top of the 7th.
And the bottom of the batting
9.
order. And the manager does care because Linda doesn't care is out. In comes Tiger Chain Gang.
And a double substitution.
Chester Crank Fuzz coming in as second baseman. Normally he's playing first.
Okay, we're playing a little bit out of position, but they need some pop in the bats in the lineup because, again, down 17-4. And with run differential being a tiebreaker in this league, that does matter.
Chain
Gang pitching inside.
Full count.
Inside and low.
And that burns 6 pitches off the fresh pitcher's arm.
Arc discharge striking again. And here's Bernadette Mistakes. Can she do it again?
So Chain Gang has got 4 pitches available.
Arc discharge. Defensively, he's been a bit of a ball magnet today.
Bubbles up at bat, getting face down. There's 4 pitches. 4-seam fastball, cut fastball, change up and curve.
Swung at that one, swings at another one.
Back, up, out.
Clown Car with a catch at left, side retired, 7th inning stretch.
Don't mind if I do.
And here's Crank Fonz leading off the bottom of the 7th, coming in.
Man, I felt a muscle.
5
in my
home
back
runs on the
pop there.
season, and they could certainly use a 6th.
I feel like I popped something in my back on that 7th inning stretch. That was a good one.
Oh,
That was not a little
way
ahead of the curve.
inside.
Bubbles' accuracy is starting to dip here. She's approaching pitch 80.
Yeah, she's nearing 80 pitches on the day.
Cindy Vapid
Vapid to clean up at second. Simple little 4-3 put out. Second
Mighty
to first.
Buffon not looking so mighty. And yep, Bubbles is done. What are we doing, Colonel? Bring in the liberal? Ladies and gentlemen,
Okay.
Jeff the liberal conservative.
Already starting with a foul ball.
Well, he's a little
Going
tensed
inside
right now.
curve.
I mean, the man just went through election season and apparently has some hay fever.
Right down the middle. Right at Jemima Hurts. Second out of the inning.
Comes Mandy Stalin. Oh, wait, look. Jeff's no longer tense. He liked the election results.
And he's like, well, it couldn't help anything about that, so I'm going to go ahead and take my aim around on you to get a couple of outs. And another sort of a dribbler base hit. Now he'll be back to 10s.
Zoltan holds it to
Didn't
a
like the results of that one.
First pitch ripped foul. Somebody's got a souvenir in the stands. Second pitch ripped foul for another volunteer.
Now 0-2. Doesn't need a recount for that one. Strike 3. Side retired. Going into the 8th. Top of the order. Vapid and Mephisto. What can Cindy pull out of her bag of tricks here against Chain Gang? 1-1 count. Low for ball 2.
That's the sound of the men working on that chain gang. Oh, sorry. I got a little inspiration there.
Well, I mean, Vapid went ahead and pulled one out. Pulled that one out to left field. Base hit for her.
Stealing.
And a steal.
Got it.
Safe by a mile. Discharge. Couldn't come up with that one.
BDP doesn't steal. Unless they got a huge lead. And a walk on that wild pitch.
2 for 4, 2 singles, a walk of RBI, but Zoltan still locked in, even as he faces strike 1.
Sorry, I'm getting mesmerized by Zoltan with those hips.
One, two, and gets another. Bases loaded again.
With catcher Steve Morey hoping to clean up the plate.
Now, at this point, you really wouldn't call it a high-pressure situation. 17-4 in the lead. Boom!
He rode upon it. Return to sender.
Return to sender.
So, Chang
Bad pitch unknown.
Zoltan had his number. As we're heading to the
Copacabana.
Jasper Copacabana and Chin Gang with extreme pain. I wonder why. Because the ball was hit right back to him.
Yeah, that'll do for something
fact,
for a lot
so
more than just your motion.
I don't normally indulge in this, but you want to go back and watch that again?
Why not?
Just a couple hits the back arrow should do that.
Nope.
Steve Moore.
No, it does not.
The left
Remember,
arrow doesn't
that
work
only.
for that? That looks like Steve Moore there. Sorry, this is the best part about Super Mega Baseball.
Going back just a ways, because as you see with this chain gang, he's all right, and then bam. Mojo gone.
Fitness gone.
Mojo gone. Fitness gone. What are you going to do except, just lay there and
Just rotate around the bases and get a run in. Back to failure on fire. As the
and then this is where Copacabana comes in. And I mean, as is, they've already burned through pitchers. It's already the 8th. You're down by 14.
And Copacabana is a starter, so he's already going to come
do?
Intense.
Well, yeah, of course he's going to come intense for that. You're in a situation, the guy before you just got beamed square in the face. And oh, by the way, you're down 14 runs.
Failure sends it back to right field where he plays. Easily caught for now. So
now Jemima Hurts.
2 for 5 singles.
This one already with 10 home runs on the season. Can she join the home run party and make it 11? Not on this one.
But she does get on base.
Oh, a little bit of an issue for the catcher there.
Now, interesting thing here, the pitcher here has a slider, something we have not seen a lot of.
I said potentially later on. I'll probably still fix it since we're wrapping this up. And now the lead is 6. And now the lead is up to 16.
Burned bit mistakes up at bat. Feel free to tell him on Watkins I said hi when we're off air.
And right up the middle, the engine is going.
Took out another pitcher.
21-4 now. And then you think, even with Jeff Conservative, we've seen Bubbly hit a home run today.
Maybe Jeff could do the same.
Surprise us.
He bunts.
No, and it's a bunt.
Whoa. Stop. Hold the presses. Stop. Freeze frame. Everything. Whoa. Why would you bunt? I mean, seriously. Why would you bunt there?
Okay. I'm going to be kind of devil's advocate in this case, because as a pitcher at the plate, you're up 21-4. Well, yeah, I can see why you think, okay, even with the bases loaded, maybe you'll pull off a bunt instead, because they really don't think of you bunting in that approach. So I can understand the kind of catching them off guard.
All catcher has to do is grab it, run back to home, tag the plate, done.
Yeah.
The Colonel was heavily criticizing the comments for that maneuver, by the way.
I can understand the criticism, but I can also understand kind of the mentality, because, again, when have you ever seen BDP bunt, especially in that situation?
I think Colonel just figured out how to bunt. I mean, it's a good time to test a new mechanic. Anyway, bottom of the 8th as the stream stabilizes. One pitch.
So now strike two. Rotten still just with the one hit on the day. Conservative, thank you very much. First out.
Living up to his name.
Again, only 14 pitches so far. And the 15th is a good whiff.
Next one pulled for foul.
And a swing and a miss, strike three. Now for Jermaine Arc discharge. Can he go ahead and salvage anything from this inning with 2 outs?
Our boy Jeff, of course, has one of each pitch. He has the curveball, has the changeup, and the four-seam fastball. Does every pitcher have the four-seam? It seems like it.
I mean, a four-seam fastball is usually the most common of the pitches when you go ahead and look at it, because you're literally with your hand covering all 4 seams when you're holding the ball. Whereas
no, really, it's called a four-seam fastball. Of course you're covering all 4 seams. I mean, otherwise, if we're covered all 4 seams, we wouldn't call it a four-seam fastball. I mean, some common John Madden logic there. Len Mephisto catches that one left field, sends us to the top of the 9th, and we're top of the batting order with Copacabana still on the mound. Sidney Vapid step it up. 3 for 5, 2 homers, 2 singles, a walk, 2 RBIs. Done a lot today. Let's see if we can add some more. Or is the Colonel just going to make this 1, 2, 3 and try to get out of here? Oh, packets, bags, it's gone. We're adding some icing to the cake now. BDP up 18 runs. That monster was slammed 452 feet. Sidney Vapid's 11th homer of the season, bringing up Len Mephisto. 2 homers, 2 walks, 2 RBI, 2 everything. 1 ball, though. Hits that one straight to the first baseman, walks over for the easy out. Zoltan still locked in, 3 for 5. Looking to do some damage. First pitch a little inside. Second a little further inside. Third also inside. Are we going to get a stroll here? Yes, we are. Pitcher wondering, what the heck am I doing on this mound?
Well, I mean, how many pitchers does a Peninsular Transport have left? At this point, you would like to see them be able to go ahead and use position players in these positions.
I mean, if this were to go to extras, they might have had to, but I don't think that's going to happen here today.
Well, not just for the fact of going to extras, but for going to blowouts. You go ahead, throw in a second baseman or whatever, go ahead and save your more legitimate arms. As another walk comes in.
This southpaw not doing so hot on the mound. Oh, here's Ulysses Failure still locked in. Copacabana heavily using that slider here.
Well, not a lot of faith in either of the fastballs, the 2 or 4-seamer, as you were talking about my John Madden logic. Again, when you hold the baseball normally for the fastball, that's the 4-seamer. Very few develop a 2-seamer or cutter.
Hold the phone. We're getting rid of that 2-seam fastball for a changeup with Blix Garnock. And it's a double switch as they're changing catchers.
Okay.
The steadiness of Steady Bob is done for the night.
Not sure why they were going for Kira refund with the kind of a day that Steady Bob has had, unless you've got a sort of a personal catcher situation.
Well, Steady Bob hasn't been the steadiest as a catcher. There's our third
And
infield
another
fly.
infield fly with the bases loaded. Out number 2.
BDP's last chance to add more icing onto this delicious cake. Capsicum Disco.
And
yeah.
she's like, I'll give you the icing in a couple of different flavors. 4 to be specific. 4 runs for that grand slam. And
With
Bernadette
the cherry for Bernadette for Capsicum there. First home run, I believe.
And Bernadette mistakes with Blick Scornock rattled after giving up that grand
I
slam.
did rattle after
Falls
giving
out of
somebody their
probation.
first home run as a grand slam. And we bring on the conservative.
Easy out, no harm, no foul. However, no more runs, and we go to the bottom of the 9th. Tying runs somewhere on the highway, trying to get to the parking lot to get into the game.
Probably stuck waiting in the line at a toll booth.
Strike 2.
See, this is why you get those
finisher
electronic. This is why you get those electronic toll transponders, folks. Avoid those lines. It comes just to crank Fonz.
4 straight strikes to start the inning. And we got a pop-up.
Along the foul line.
For it.
Bernie's got it.
And now Mighty Buffon.
Who hasn't been so mighty?
Games. Whoop. Just up for ball 1.
A rare non-strike pitch from the conservative.
And a low and inside for ball 2.
Suckered for strike 2.
2-2 count. Down to the last strike.
Rips it foul to stay alive. The dreaded curve. Popped up. Ulysses says goodbye. Go off my field. And that's a BDP win.
Drive home safely.
That is definitely one of the biggest BDP wins since season 1. You'd have to go back to his main channel to see those, back when the ego ratings were incredibly low.
26 runs off 29 hits.
Only substitution, Jeff Conservative. Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at the other side of the screen. Good God almighty, 7 pitchers.
Gornock, Chain Gang, Copacabana, Refund, Gunslinger, Appleseed, Vengeance. All of those subs in only a combined 10 hits. Normally that wouldn't be terrible, but yeah, when you give up 26 runs, that's still a dreadfully bad day.
So who's getting credit with this loss? Of course, Gunslinger at the get-go. And Bubbles gets her 6th win.
Yeah, she went ahead after going 6 1/3. Nearly, just barely by the slimmest of margins, denying Jeff Conservative a 3-inning save. Yes.
So that's how you earn this save. You got to go 3 innings.
You would have to be what the scorekeeper determines pitch 3 effective innings. And in this case, with only 2 hits and 3 strikeouts and 2 2/3, yes, had he come in at the top of the 7th, pitching still the same way, he would have gotten credit for a save. That's the rare way that you get a save.
Oh, Conservatives already got 2 on the season. Didn't really need that 3rd save.
And then the reason why Gunslingers with the loss, well, gave up the most runs. BDP had the lead, never relented. That's why it's on him.
Most walks, most home runs coughed up. Yeah. So who are the
So
three
now
all-stars the game?
let's find out, shall we? And then we find our 3 stars, and then we give this a rating, and then that's our show.
Yeah. Capsicum vapid mistakes. Yep, that's how you do it.
Yep,
So-
mistakes 5 for 7, 2 homers, 4 RBI, 2 runs scored. Cindy getting back into the home run column, 4 for 6, 2 homers, 3 RBI, 4 runs scored, and a stolen base. Capsicum Disco, 4 for 7 with a homer, a double, 7 RBI, and 2 runs scored. Yeah,
So, yeah, for a C, A, and B ranked, if you go ahead and do take a cab home, of course, tip your cab driver nicely, travel safe, and we will see you next month for another episode of the Nielsen Ratings. If you'll real quick pull that up 1 second and head to the very end so we can just see the standings.
all right, I'll pull it up to the
Because
end and bring that back.
There is one sort of home team around here for the show, and I gotta give this show 100. This is a great episode. This is BDP. This is the Colonel at his best. He needed this one. He really needed this one.
Yeah, if you look at that, and not to mention getting that extra win going into next week with game 44. All right, and back to that.
See that over in the Whoop Whoop division, that team that's currently in second by half a game. That would be yours truly's Sunshine Fun Bus. One of the who did some major drafting work for that team and helped make them, I believe, the all-star team they are. Had some help last season with the last draft, but the one before is really where we stole all of our stars from a former Colonel team.
Strong position to go ahead and not only make the playoffs, as it's pretty much clinched at this point, but making a run. However, while you did have the best record in the league for a while, both Erg Melonflex and Cheerio Incorporated kind of snuck up and took that one from you.
Curse that Nova Wild. But it's going to be really interesting as things wrap up. See what happens over in that wood chipper and which of those 500 teams gets fed to the wood chipper, not making the playoffs.
Oh, this would be a good time to kind of give the Colonel a tip to, expand the playoffs in these
just
cases.
A little bit. Not to NHL levels.
No.
Oh.
Yeah. If 12 is good enough for MLB, 12 would be good enough for this league, just saying.
Mm-hmm. Considerations for season 7. Anyway, you don't need a mathematician to tell you that was a great game. Once again, it gets 100. Go ahead, throw it up. I give it 100.
Yeah, I'm looking for it.
We don't get to use that often enough around here. Especially when it comes to rating football games. By the way, yeah, found another one of those. We might have some reviewing to do next month.
Why am I not surprised?
Yeah.
There's been a few this season, especially for those fans who actually watch on Thursday nights.
And on that bombshell, as Mr. Cox would say, good night.
See you next week, everybody. Or next month in this case.
Yeah. Next week at other shows.